It's like a box of chocolate. Excuse me one second. Oh. Oh. Oh, man. No. If I have to be honest, I'm not sure if I can do this today. I'm sorry. I was just told that I lost a friend of mine. Oh, even yesterday, I lost a friend. Last week, I lost another friend. In fact, from last month, I have been losing hundreds of friends on my social media. I think it's because of this picture I shared. I was just trying to be funny. I was just messing around. Then hundreds of people got mad and start unfriending me. It's been a rough week. Of course, you don't get text message when someone unfriended you on social media, but don't you think it is so easy to offend people these days? Just by mispronouncing someone's name, we could get into a whole lot of troubles. Even last night, I was at the gym running on the treadmill. Then I accidentally farted. So embarrassed. Then this lady who was running right next to me got seriously offended. She started yelling at me, and she ended up saying that she's gonna start a protest against every Asian man who farts. What does that even mean? I think it's even easier to offend people on social media. Just go ahead and share your personal opinions on something on your social media. Guarantee you, in a second, hundreds of people will get mad and start unfriending you. It is almost impossible to stay in social media. But guess what? You guys won't have to worry about this. You guys are actually very lucky to be here today because I finally found a solution. I figured out how to stay in the friend zone. Of course, it's not that friend zone. If I knew how to stay in the romantic relationship friend zone, that would be really sad. So no, today I'm here to share the ways to stay in the social media friend zone and moreover, maintain this close relationship with everyone in real life. In order to stay in the social media friend zone, we must know what type of social media behavior can get us into trouble. So let's find out, shall we? Do you guys know those social media users who always share their political opinions and something? They write 2-page of essay just to tell you what is wrong with our government. These are the type of people who still insist that Obama is running for the 3rd term. How many of you guys know this type of political social media user? Please raise your hand if you don't mind. Oh wow, a lot of people, just like I thought. How about this one? Do you guys know those religious, faithful, church-going social media users who share the picture of them reading Bible at the cafe like this, and they also share the picture of themselves like this and caption the Bible verse that has nothing to do with their selfies? How many of you guys know this type of religious people? Please raise your hand. Wow, a little less, but you guys get my point. Here's the last one. Do you guys know those social media users who pretty much paint your entire social media? Oh, sorry about that. Entire social media with their selfies. They're just dying to get your attention. They're just begging for more likes and comments. How many of you guys have this type of selfie-obsessed social media users? Oh, wow. We all know this type of people. These are the most effective and the quickest way to get kicked out of the friend zone. So just by not doing this type of behavior, we can safely stay in this friend zone. Isn't it easy and simple? But I did not think that was enough to be a solution. So for the past few weeks, I have been going into classes to class here on campus, doing this social experiment. So through this experiment, I wanted to find out why exactly this type of behaviors are getting us into trouble. I also wanted to see how friendship is getting built, how friendship is also getting destroyed. So in the first phase of this experiment, I wanted to build this healthy and strong friendship with all the college students. So I started to present myself in a really positive way. I share my life story, I share my hobbies, the type of music I like. I pretty much appear how great guy I am, which is very apparent. And at the end, I asked them to write down their impressions of me. And here are their responses. Smart, well-dressed, and genuine. Very thank you. Very nice, funny, great shape. Trust me, she has not seen anything yet. And here's my favorite one. He's cute physically, and he has a lot of things, quality traits that girls look for. When I first read that comment, I almost had a heart attack. So without giving you guys more examples, I can just tell you that 98% of college students agreed that I'm a great guy and they want to start this healthy friendship. So in the second phase of this experiment, now I wanted to see how this healthy friendship I built can be ended. So I started to introduce myself in really negative and irrational and strange way. I started telling them something like, hey guys, I support Trump. Let's build a fence. Hey guys, I have a disease. It's deadly and contagious. My religion encourages me to kill. And I just stopped there. Without giving them any kind of explanations, I asked them to write down their impressions of me again, and here are their responses. Frankly, seems out of his mind, all comfort is gone. Unstable, and should seek for help. What the hell is wrong with this man? These are the people who wanted to be my friend. Maybe one of them wanted to go out with me. One thing about me, I really hate being disliked, so those comments were really hurtful. In the last phase of this experiment, I gave them the whole explanation, what I actually meant by saying those words. Something like, I said I support Trump because I have an uncle named Trump. I have a disease. It's called procrastination. My religion encourages to kill the evil thoughts. And after hearing these explanations, see how they change their responses again. So my judgment was wrong. I do like you. He's a nice man. I'm the one who judged him without getting the whole story. So let's take a moment to think about this for a second. On our social media, when we see something we don't like or we disagree, what do? We react to it. Before we get to the whole story, before we gather all the facts, we start making these gigantic assumptions and make our own judgment. It seems to me, more we get to express ourselves on social media, we care less about others. When you think about it, social media is all about us, all about me. This type of self-centered concept of social media is slowly poisoning our society. Did you guys know that over 50% of marriage in America will end in divorce? That means that at least one person sitting next to your left or right now, one of them will be divorcing their loved ones because they could not settle disagreements or conflicts in their marriage. I mentioned earlier that it is almost impossible to stay as friends with someone these days. I don't think it's because we have disagreements. I don't think it's because we have conflicts. I think the real problem that's making us to easily unfriend someone on social media, I think the real problem that's making people to go out on the street and start a protest, I think the real problem that's making our government to shut down for 3 days, I think the real problem that's making happily married couple to divorce, I think the real problem is that we choose not to communicate. Whenever we see disagreements or conflicts arise, we just turn around and don't look back. Instead of talk it over, trying to come to resolution, we just decided to end the relationships. So I think the real question we should be asking ourselves if we want to stay in the friend zone is not what can we do or what can we say to not upset people. Instead, we should be asking ourselves, how can we communicate? I used to be one of those people who could not communicate. I used to be one of those person who just start unfriending someone because I don't like them. My motto was take it or leave it at the door. But one day, I met someone. This person came to my life and changed my entire perception towards communication. Because of this person, I was able to handle disagreements and conflicts. I'd like you guys to meet my friend Paul today. So Paul is going to help you guys to start communicating and understand the differences. So the first letter of my friend Paul starts with patience. If you guys run into disagreements or conflict, just take a step back. Be patient, be still, then patiently ask. Just ask questions. Why do you think of it this way? Even ask yourself a question. Why am I so mad? If we ask around in a question, maybe we could come to an understanding. If we start understanding to each other, maybe we could come to resolution or agreements. But last not but least, don't forget to listen. None of this can be done without listening. Listening is one of the most crucial ingredients of every communication. These are the valuable and healthy habits of communication that our generation doesn't practice anymore. So I want to encourage everyone to invite my friend Paul to your life, and I guarantee you, you'll be amazed by this positive impacts that my friend Paul can bring to your life. I want to show you guys one last thing before I go today. So this is a picture of two men arguing and trying to find the correct way to define that number. If we were living in North Korea, whichever the side that Kim Jong-un was standing would be the correct way to define that number. But last I checked, we're living in the United States where everyone's different opinion get to be accepted. Therefore, inside of this land where we're all standing at this moment, they are both correct. So I think it's our job to take a long and hard look on that picture and start to think what's really important and what we're missing. We are the community where we patiently ask, understand, and listen. We are the community where everyone can freely express themselves. Exercising these healthy habits of communication, it can create a lot of pleasing vibe and make a huge difference in our society. And I believe that's the idea worth spreading. Thank you very much.